How was your week?
My week was interesting. Had some meetings and did some things.
You got some exclusive tracks?
I did get an exclusive track. Shout out to a friend of the family who reached out and was like, "Yo, I'm gonna send you." Well, basically, I got a random text, and the record was in my text message,
Yeah.
and I'm like, "Yo, what is this?"
That person.
That person, new record. I'm like, okay, so I'm listening to it, and I'm like, is that Pusha T talking crazy? And I was like, so I had to call the person, like, yo, and it was like, yo, green light, you good, do whatever you want to do. And I'm like, are you sure?
Yeah.
So yeah, you and Funk Flex are the only people in the country with the record.
Ooh.
What? Yeah, Flex just went on the radio with it. So whatever you want to do whatever you want to do, but just don't put out the full version, because we're gonna drop, the full version tomorrow in the video and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, so do whatever do whatever you want to do. It's all good. We ain't tripping. All right. So I came to the radio station and got on the air. You know what I'm saying?
So I know you're a DJ. You've been DJing for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you're used to getting exclusives.
Yes.
But how did it feel to get a Pusha T or a Clipse exclusive?
Record. Yeah. So Be It was like, to be honest, I haven't gotten an exclusive record like before everybody else in the country in a long time.
Mm-hmm. What was the last one?
The last one was probably records that I helped make. You know what I'm saying? Like, it might have been like,
so they had to send
like a YG record, or it might have, oh no, it was probably the record with Jay-Z and Nipsey. It was called What It Feels Like.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I co-produced on that.
I remember when you broke that.
Yeah, so when that happened, that was like that was one of them times where I had the song before everybody because I worked on the song.
Yeah. I remember that back and forth you had on Twitter too that day.
Yeah, I remember that too.
Nate shaking her head. She remember. Chef, you remember? Let us know.
Yeah. So that was probably the last one, but this one was different though because obviously everybody's anticipating the Clipse record,
right?
And people gonna say them was glazing or whatever, but I really enjoy this unadulterated, unfiltered version of Pusha T because he's been holding back a lot over the last 4 years. I
think this is proper glazing though,
because a lot of people don't know, and I have permission to speak on these things. So let's just put it out there.
We get into it.
We're gonna get to it. The Clipse have been a victim of certain things that happen within the record label system. Mm-hmm. There are individuals who probably were signed to the same label or parent label who wanted to hear the Clipse records before they came out, just to make sure that the Clipse were not talking about this person on their records. Because that's allegedly, because that's the speculation. I mean, because that's the case. Oh, you might be talking about me on your album. I need to hear everything that they're about to put out. It's like, what does that? How does that even work? That's like us getting on the radio and Swaggy C need to hear everything we talk about before we talk on the radio.
Because we might
talk about Swaggy C. We fuck with you, Swaggy. It ain't.
It's just an example.
It's an example. But I'm just saying, to me, that's crazy. Because think about, have you ever heard of an artist that is on a label wanting to hear your music before you put it out that don't have nothing to do with them? Mm. That's crazy to me.
Does said person have a lawsuit against UMG right now?
It's possible. Yeah,
okay.
It's possible. But I love the fact that Pusha T is not holding anything back at this point. It's like, yep, that's true. Shout out to Steven Victor, too, their manager, who basically let the cat out of the bag. Like, yeah, we had to spend 7 figures to get out this deal with Def Jam.
Right.
And I just like this approach to. I saw a lot of people talking about this is a rollout and he's dissing Travis Scott because of the rollout, and they're talking about Def Jam because of the rollout, and they talking about The Boy because it's a rollout, or this is just what's happening to them in their career.
But so what? Like, so what? Yeah. And I hate when the music just gets so political. Mm-hmm. Like, just fucking rap. So what if he might be talking about you on his album? Go talk about him on yours. Yeah. Like, I just seen this clip of Pusha T and Malice mm-hmm. talking to Ebro.
Yeah.
And Pusha says, I feel him. I felt it through my bones. Can you feel stuff through your bones?
No.
I felt it through my veins.
No.
I felt it through my chest.
You can say that the chest is a region because there's nerve endings, but bones don't have nerve endings.
Where can I really feel it at to where it
your
go through
nerve
my whole
endings.
body, like from the toe all the way to
Muscles, you could do muscles.
I felt it in my muscles. I
Yeah,
don't got
soft
that many
tissues
muscles.
or epidermis.
I felt it through my epidermis.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I hate rappers who don't rap.
Yeah, that was a lot. That was just like a spray of just.
Yeah, because it's like, what are we doing? And in that clip, he's referencing the Travis Scott thing. So he tells the story how Travis Scott comes into the studio. He plays a song, or he plays the project, but the Drake verse is not on the project, or it's not on that song.
Mm-hmm.
But outside of that, great record. Production is amazing.
Shout out to Pharrell.
Shout out to Pharrell. The production is amazing. The music video is amazing. And just physically, the clips look good. Like, it's like their pen is Asian backwards, and then they're physically Asian. I mean, they pen age forward, and then they age backwards. It's not, they don't sound like no old niggas rapping. Like, it sounds like it's Clipse, but it's with the times.
You know what I just thought about? Most of the people that I know of, that I could think of off the top of my head in music from Virginia, don't look their age. The Clipse, Pharrell, Timbaland, Missy.
You think it's the water?
I don't know. Maybe they closer to the equator.
Let me see what the basketball team look like.
Ain't no basketball team in Virginia.
Oh, they don't have one? What they got?
Music, nigga.
Football?
What you? Let me see what the basketball team look like.
I'm trying to see what
Alaska.
the niggas looking like, because Clips look good.
Yeah,
they look amazing. Like, they don't look older. Like you said earlier, it looked like they've been on CMOS.
They for sure been on CMOS or something. I know, like how Pharrell looks right now in 2025. He actually looks younger than he did 10 years ago.
That's what I'm saying.
Which is crazy.
These niggas is Asian backwards.
How you think they do it?
I don't know. Maybe no drama. Maybe minding their business.
I don't think there's no drama.
Clipse, they're peaceful people.
I mean,
until somebody pokes.
Until somebody, yeah.
Pharrell minds his business.
Pharrell don't bother nobody.
That's what I'm saying.
Missy don't bother nobody.
What's the saying? You mind your business, you live longer.
Mind your business, drink water.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this Clipse record. Thank you to the family friend for the record, and thank you to the Clipse for the blessing. Thank you to the whole team for allowing me that opportunity. I actually divulged this, which I probably shouldn't, but when I was coming up, I remember coming up, I'm a radio baby. I grew up listening to the radio. I always wanted to be on the radio. I always praised the radio DJs for like getting records and music early. And I always wanted to be that person. And I looked at people like Funk Flex who would drop bombs on records. Like, I got this record ain't out yet. I got it. He dropping the bombs. So to be in that class where it's like y'all the only two with the record in the country right now, it was like, wow, that was kind of crazy for me. I ain't gonna lie. So shout out to the Clipse. That album is coming, and boy, I think. Oh, another thing too on the Travis Scott thing, where Pusha T did. He has talked about it a few times actually. They did a GQ article where in the GQ magazine, in a GQ article they were talking about the record and whatnot. For So Be It, and how everybody thought that Pusha T was talking about Ye when he made the Calabasas reference.
I did see some reports of that.
Yeah.
Even on the post that they collabed with you, that Genius collabed with you on.
Yeah. So they thought not everybody, but people thought that Pusha T was taking shots at Ye, and Pusha T took it upon. He was like, no, I was talking about Travis. just so y'all know, like,
same family.
Same thing. Yeah, same family or whatnot. But I thought what was interesting to me about it was when he pointed out the fact that how he ended up taking those shots. And it was like, well, Travis pulled up, interrupted our studio session. He was on some weird shit. Then he played us the album, didn't play us the record where old boy was dissing us, and they were talking shit about us. Didn't play us that. He played us everything else. Didn't play us that record. And then the record came out the next day, and it's like, yo.
Yeah.
Like, what's this about? And so I related to that because I have been out of pocket in studio sessions before by divulging too much information to the artist by saying, hey, bro, I don't fuck with your music. But I've done that where it came off as disrespectful, but I did that because I never want to come off as like being like that. Where I'm in the studio with you the day before, I hear all your music, then you hear me on the radio saying I don't like your music the next day. I never want to be like that. So I really related to that what Push was saying.
How do you navigate that?
I navigate what part?
Where you're not, if you don't like somebody's stuff, and then you have to talk about it.
I let them know.
Are you publicly?
I tell them ahead of time.
I'm going to say your
most
shit is
of the
trash.
time, before I get on the air, the person I'm talking about already knows how I feel. Most of the time, if I have a relationship with them, or if I know the person, or if I know about the records that come out, if I know about the record before it come out, or if I know about the movement, the rollout, your thoughts, whatever, interview, if I know about it before it comes out, more than likely you know how I feel before the world hears it. If you don't play me anything, or if you don't send it to me, or if I don't know about it and I find out when the world finds out, then at that point I'm reacting to it just like everybody else.
Right.
So that's the way I look at it. But I always try to be honest with the person before the world hears what I have to say, if I can.
See, I've been, when people send me stuff, I'll just say fire when it's coming out.
No matter if it's good or not?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I feel like people, I mean, I'm sure you've gone through this before where somebody might share a song with you and then you'll tell them all the things that's wrong with it. And all they wanted you to tell them what they wanted to hear versus what they needed to hear. And then the record probably came out exactly how, without any changes being made. So I feel like when people send me stuff or they want me to hear something in advance, it's kind of just like, all right, let me send this to her. I'm going to ask her how she feel, but I really don't give a fuck because if you're not telling me what I want to hear, then I don't care about your opinion. So recently I said, you know what, this is somebody who I'm really cool with. Let me let him know. He sent me the whole album. So I made notes on every track.
Wow.
And I got a call immediately. Why you on da-da-da-da? Why da-da-da-da? And instantly I regretted it.
Because you didn't want to do all of that.
Because I didn't want to do all that.
Here's my feedback.
Yeah.
And let's move on.
And I'm honest with people. Like, I let them know. I mean, not honest. I'm transparent with people. When they send me stuff, like, if somebody be like, oh, my Lil Whoop-de-Whoop made a song. Can you listen to it? I'm going to tell them straight up, I'm not a DJ or A&R. I can't do nothing for your career.
Yeah.
I can't do nothing for you. So don't look at me as like, you got to play this for me. You got to play it for Gina Views for it to take off. I'm not going to do nothing with it.
Well, they do look at you and other people like myself. Like you can't see it right now if you're watching this show, or if you're listening to us, you can't see it. But there's a desk here that we sit at. Gina has a desk. We have a computer in front of us. There's microphones. There's keyboards. There's a soundboard, etc. There is no red button that I could push to make you rich and famous. It doesn't exist. There's a red button here. It's for my microphone. That's it. Turns it on and off. We don't have no magic red button. And so, but people believe that.
Yeah.
They think that you can just snap your fingers and now they on the Billboard Hot 100.
Yeah. But if I can't do it for myself, the fuck make you think I can do it for you? I'm broke as a motherfucker, nigga.
I think it's just, but it's also a misconception about the music business too.
Right.
Because myself, you've been present a couple times, but myself and Salas, we've sat with artists in the city and outside the city and told them, hey, this is the best course of action for your career. Based on where you are now, what you have access to, here are the resources, this is what you should do. They like, no, I want the big record deal with the headline and stuff like that. You're not going to get the big record deal with the headline because they don't give a fuck about you. Fuck with this company because they are going to invest in your career long term. Now we want this. Okay, now you doing this bullshit deal. Now you unhappy. Now you on Twitter talking shit about the label when this could have been avoided if you would have just taken sound advice. But when you do these things, you come off like the old nigga in the room.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this old nigga hating on me. Or it's just I've been doing this 20 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think the moral of the story is I would try to pick and choose your battles when somebody asks you for your honest opinion, whether it's friends, family, whatever. But I try to always be honest, even if they don't want to hear it, because you asked me. If you ask me a question, you don't get to tell me how I answer it. That's how I handle my candle.
I'm gonna clip that.
Yeah.
You want that for your TikTok?
Yep. All right. But yeah, shout out to the Clipse, man. We looking forward to that album. And Push said he was pulling up.
Pusha pulling up?
He didn't say that. I'm manifesting.
Oh, yeah, Pusha said he coming.
Yeah, let me cook.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He told me that when I seen him.
Yeah, exactly.